Hey guys, hope you're doing fantastic. Welcome to Do You Watch Anime? It's a show where I sit down with a guest every week and ask them, Do you watch anime? And we go from there. And today joining me is voice actor in such anime as Trio and Detective Conan, Iron Submarine, Vikram Rajan. How are you today?
I'm good, Adam. How are you? Thanks for having me, man.
Good, good. So, do you watch anime?
You bet your sweet bippy I do.
So, how did you originally get into watching anime?
Yeah, so it depends on who you ask. If you ask
Hmm.
like my family, it
Yeah.
would be when I was like 2 years old and I was watching like Dragon Ball GT with my cousins.
Oh, wow.
Back on like, Cartoon Network way
Hmm.
back in the day. But if you would ask me like where I think it properly started, I think when I was like 7 years old, I was watching
Hmm.
like like Bakugan,
Yeah.
Beyblade. I don't know if those count. I think they do count.
Oh, yeah.
Those kind of shows,
Hmm.
and not quite anime, but like anime style, like Avatar, Teen Titans. But then I would then skip forward like maybe 6 years later, and then I'm watching like I'm getting back into Dragon Ball, like Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, and Dragon Ball Super actually because it was actually airing at the time I would
Okay,
like
yeah.
weekly. And then from there I kind of fell into the whole rabbit hole of like One Piece, Naruto, JoJo's a whole bunch of shonens to be honest. But then I kind of got introduced to other genres later in life, and yeah, no, I think honestly I've been kind of slacking in anime recently. The most recent one I've watched is probably Twisted Wonderland on Disney Plus.
Okay. Yep. That
Because a
was
lot
a
of my
solid
friends are in
one.
that show, and it's
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah.
It just got me back into like watching the older Disney movies as well, so that was really sweet.
Okay. Hell yeah. Yeah. Twisted Wonderland was so good. Because at first when I saw the trailer, I was like, this is just husbando the anime with Disney characters. I'm very confused, but yeah, it was really good.
Hell yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. So what are some of your favorite anime?
My favorite.
Hmm.
Ooh, now we're in dangerous waters here. But well, JoJo's is my all time favorite.
Yeah.
It I like how it changes each part. I really like that. I love music, so like all the references. I love I love hearing them, and also unironically, it gets me to listening to more music like outside what I would typically listen to, like for example, like I wouldn't be listening to like Talking Heads or something if I didn't
Hmm.
watch JoJo's. So like or even like David Bowie to be honest, so
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
like yeah, so yeah, I was very uncultured before JoJo's. And I don't know if watching JoJo's has made me more uncultured or more cultured. I don't know. But no, JoJo's is definitely my favorite
Hmm.
all-time favorite. Dragon Ball will always have a special soft place in my heart. I always play the games whenever they come out. Have so many hours on Xenoverse 2, man. Like it's been 10 years now. That's crazy. We still haven't got Xenoverse 3.
Wow.
The game was supposed to end like years ago, but they just keep
Hmm.
releasing DLC. So it's like, okay, I guess they're not gonna stop. But yeah. Apart from that, I think another top 10 top contender is like I also really like Elfen Lied. Like
Okay.
that was like one that kind of shifted. Like, oh, I didn't know how violent these shows can get. It was crazy. I also really like Konosuba. That was like
Hell yeah.
my
Yep.
first introduction into the isekai genre. Um, I didn't. I'm still trying to figure it out because Twisted Wonderland is technically an isekai because like the
Yeah.
main dude
Technically.
dies, but like not by like a car or anything, just like by a
No.
horse carriage. So
Yeah.
I didn't know that was like a common thing. The people just die in the real world and they get reincarnated. So I was like, is Yu Yu Hakusho considered an isekai? Because isekai kind of dies. He gets hit by a
Hmm.
car and dies. So like,
Yeah. I mean, I think that's like teetering on Isekai because he's still in his own world, right?
yeah, and I don't
Yeah.
think he has like a harem of girls or anything surrounding him or anything like that. So I don't know what like the whole thing is. I think
Hmm.
when I got into anime, I was a little bit later to anime than I thought I was because
Hmm.
when I was growing up in the 2000s, anime wasn't considered something cool to watch, so you had to like
Yep.
keep it hidden deep down.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of repressed it for years until like I would say until I got into my teens, and then you cut forward like maybe years later, like this is like 2020 when like Demon Slayer and stuff came out, and I think that was like the turning point when people were like,
Yep.
"Oh, anime is cool now," or something
Mm-hmm.
like that. It's cool. It's fine to watch it. Like no one should ever be beaten up. Actually, no, I got made fun of for watching Ben 10. Man, it was rough. It
Oh,
was crazy.
oh my God, Ben 10, come on! Oh, that was the
Love Ben 10 to
best.
pieces, man.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It was a
Yeah.
different time,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it just might be because like New Zealand is so like sports cultured. Anything
Mm.
outside
Oh
of
yeah.
that is considered a bit weird. So
Oh yeah.
I can I can see why it is because anime is very weird. I'm not gonna lie about
Oh yeah.
that. There's
Yeah.
a lot of weird stuff out there, but yeah. What other animes did I watch? Of course, the this is kind of embarrassing, but like, of course, like High School DxD. That was crazy one. Rosario
Yep.
Vampire. That was another
Yep.
one. Uh, I don't think those two have aged particularly well. But it's part
Nope.
of the journey.
Yeah, of
And
course.
yeah, I guess Pokemon and Digimon. I guess those count,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Oh
those
yeah.
classics.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, yeah, those are mainly the anime I've watched. I'm sure there's like plenty of others. I've actually been reading more manga these days than
Okay.
watching anime. So, like I said, I've been slacking. I've been
No, no. Heck yeah.
oh, but actually, no, I did watch a little bit of Detective Conan when I was younger. So I mean, I think it was called Case Closed or something at the time, but then
Mm-hmm.
they changed
Yeah.
it up again. I'm so confused on like the whole name stuff. Like,
Yep.
but yeah, no, that was like a little bit of everything. I think I was
Mm-hmm.
definitely more of a cartoons and video games kind of guy, and then anime kind of sneaked its way in there, and I've loved it ever since. And
Oh
like,
yeah.
it's not. I don't think it's ever gonna go away. I love it too much. I just need to get more proactive and watch more anime when I can.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. And I also feel the like getting made fun of because again, in Canada, if you don't watch hockey, you're weird. So yeah. So it's like
Oh, you're
I
from
get
Canada? I
that.
didn't know that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So growing up, like I would watch wrestling and I would watch, anime and like
Yeah.
all the sports kids would be like, "You're a weirdo." And I'm like, "No, it's real in my head."
No, it's crazy because like I was like watching like cartoons. I was like, and like they were like, I don't care. Like I was like, I don't care about this. Have you watched Shake It Up on Disney Channel? It's like it was like that kind of era.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. So, what's an anime besides JoJo's that you could watch over and over and over again and not get sick of?
Well, besides JoJo's, man, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it would have to be Konosuba. Like
Okay.
because like it's funny in both the English dub and the Japanese sub as well.
Yeah.
So if I ever rewatch it, because I've seen it in English mostly, but I have seen a little bit in Japanese. So if I was to like rewatch the whole thing, I think it would still make me laugh a lot. So
Yeah.
I love the dub especially. It's just like it's so weird. It reminds me of like a little bit of like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia in the sense that none of the none of the main characters are good people, but they're all just
Yep.
dicks.
Yep.
Am I allowed to swear, by the way?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
They're all pieces of work, and
Yeah.
yeah, no one. They're not really redeemable, but they have like redeemable qualities sometimes. But they're mainly pretty selfish. So
Oh
like
yeah.
from that kind of aspect, it's just it's really funny. I really like the deliveries as well. The actors do a great job. It's a
Mhm.
really great show. I really love Konosuba.
Oh yeah. It's oh my God, that's perfect. The Always Sunny. That's I couldn't put it better. Like oh my God.
I was really surprised to see that It's Always Sunny is still going after all
Hmm.
these years, because like it's all hinging on whether Danny DeVito can still keep going because he's a main part of that show.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I think the other characters in that show are pretty strong without
Mhm.
Frank Reynolds,
Oh
Danny
yeah.
DeVito, but like it's not the same. You gotta have your boy Frank there. You know.
Oh my god, yeah. I remember first watching it and being like, "Am I gonna hate Danny DeVito? Am I
That's
gonna?"
impossible. No one
I know
does.
it's impossible, exactly. And I was like, "Okay, it's fine. They're all pieces of shit. It's fine." Um,
Yeah, it works out.
yeah, exactly. So, what's an anime that when you recommend it to people, you have to go, "I swear it's good. Like, hear me out. I swear it's good."
Ooh, is it a cop out to say JoJo's? Because people really hate part
No,
one.
yeah.
People
I
really
mean,
hate part one, and like
yeah.
I am sick of it. Like part one is great. Like obviously, I can see why it is definitely the weaker out of like the six parts, soon to be seven
Hmm.
with 6, 7. Wow, with Steel Ball Run coming out, but
Yeah.
it's but like it's difficult, because like you only get to know Jonathan Joestar for about 9 episodes, and like that's it. Because part one is only 9 episodes long, and then with like part two, part three, part four, yada yada yada, you get like way more time with like the protagonist, more time with the story to flesh out. But part one is simple and effective, and like I do think the first episode of JoJo is like genuinely a great way to get yourself into the series because it's insane. You know exactly what you're getting yourself in for. Like the first 3 episodes especially, so like it definitely hooks you in, and like people put too much hatred on Phantom Blood, and I think Phantom Blood is not the best part, not by a long shot, but you gotta appreciate what it's able to do within 9 episodes, because like that's not even like a full anime season, right? Like it's usually like 12 episodes, right? So yeah, I think for what Phantom Blood was able to do and captivate so many, I think mainly because of Dio. I won't lie, Dio definitely did the
Yep.
heavy lifting for part one.
Yeah.
But still, part one deserves more recognition and praise for what it was able to do, what it was able to start off, kick off, and yeah. I'm tired of the slander, man. It's you don't have to skip part one to think it's good. Like to be honest, this might be a hot take, but I was actually bored during part two a lot. To be honest,
Wow.
yeah, part two and a little bit of part three actually kind of bored me a little bit. Part one, I don't know why, it captivated me a little bit more, but I don't know. I think part three especially because like it just because like Monster of the Week, like I'm used to that sort of genre, but
Yeah.
after a while it gets kind of stale. But I think when they got to when they finally got to Egypt, when they had like those I guess vanguards before the final fight with Dio, those fights were a little bit more interesting because like one of my favorite fights in JoJo's is the Derby fight with the cards when they're playing
Yeah.
poker, they're
Yeah.
gambling
Yeah.
or whatever. Like there's no like physical action involved or very little, but it's such a great. I don't know. It's really cinematic, just to have like all the tension and like these cards and in these games, and it's like, oh man, this is really good tension, really good writing, really good storytelling. It's
Hmm.
it's from JoJo's of all things, so like it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what is your favorite part?
Oh, oh man. Um, I think it differs on if you mean like anime wise.
Hmm.
I think part five is still definitely like my favorite. But when part seven comes out, it's definitely gonna overtake part five because I've read
Yep.
part seven. It's really great. I love
Hmm.
it. But just before part seven comes out, because it's like a month or two before it releases on Netflix. Um, I'm still gonna say part five because I don't know. I just have really good memories of part five because I had friends that watched part five with me. Uh, when I was watching the dub, now this was like a year or so after the sub came out. This was like before JoJo started doing like simul dubs for part six, and I'm assuming part seven as well. I'm not really sure, but part five, that when the dub came out like 2019, 2020, and the funny thing with that is when COVID obviously hit, everything kind of took a step back, but with JoJo's for part five, they stopped right before they got to like Chocolata and Seko, the Green Day and Oasis fight. So that was like they stopped right before like the 7-page Muda, which is like the most anticipated thing in part five. And then you cut like maybe a few months into lockdown, you finally hear the 7-page Muda, and It was great. Like Philip Reich did an amazing job in the dub, and the actor in the Japanese obviously does a great job. Like it's so crazy to like hear like the stand cries because I'm really glad they keep them in the dub as well.
Yeah.
It's part of the charm. I really like it. But part five definitely hits a lot harder for me because that I definitely inspired me like voiceover wise to really put my all and effort into more of it because at the time I was just doing it as like a casual hobbyist kind of thing at the time. I wasn't really
Hmm.
taking it too seriously. But then I heard like the guys in the part five cast and they're all the cast is amazing for part five, by the way.
Yeah.
And even in general the cast is great, but for part five specifically it's just I think it's peak perfect casting. Everyone did a great job. I love Kellen as Diavolo, especially.
Yeah.
Like he knocked it out of the park because I only knew Kellen like from Overhaul and and Funtime Freddy from Finance at Freddy's, and
Yeah.
man, he's doing amazing stuff and like way more cool stuff nowadays. But like
Hmm.
I Diavolo will always be my favorite role of his, and yeah, everyone in that cat in part five is great. But I also like the music references in the part five.
Oh,
Um, Sphere, like those are the references I get the most because they're like all like late '90s, early
yeah.
2000s. So it's like it's perfect. I love it.
Yeah, when I was like, Green Day's getting referenced. What are you talking about?
Yeah, actually, I've got a
Yeah.
bone to pick with that because like Green Day is my favorite band. It's also my
Hmm.
favorite stand, but they gave it to
Yeah.
the worst person imaginable. And like, when you listen back to the Green Day music of like what the Stan's abilities and album is based off of, I
Hmm.
understand why.
Yeah.
I think it's great power system, but it just hurts me because like he's just getting this shit kicked in. I'm like, damn, dude, we need better Green Day representation. We need an American Idiot like stand or something.
Yeah.
Because like this was all like in like the Dookie era and like Nimrod
Yeah.
and Insomniac. We need
Hmm.
we need something a little more modern.
Yeah.
Just to change it up a little bit.
Oh my god. So you voice Ed in Detective Conan, Iron Black Submarine.
Yes, sir.
What was your reaction to being cast in such a like legacy series like that?
I'm gonna be real. With the day before I got the email,
Yeah.
because I think I auditioned like a week or two before, and then I was wait because I really wanted it.
Yeah.
So like leading up to it, I actually thought after I sent it off, I was like, oh man, this is great. I feel really proud of myself. And then at a certain point, I was like, oh man, I didn't get it. Damn it. But then the day afterwards, like in the morning, I woke up, I was like, hey, congratulations, you got cast. I'm like, what? So I was really happy. I was like smiling the
Hmm.
entire day. I just got in
Yeah.
my car, just started driving around because like I like driving while listening to music. So like that's like a guilty pleasure of mine. And and yeah, dude, it was really great. It was a really fun day. And what I did afterwards, when I finished having my little joyride, is I watched the full movie of Black Iron Submarine because the sub released like a year before, so I was able to watch it on like some streaming services and stuff.
Hmm.
So I was able to understand the character a little more just before my session when I got to record, which I think was like a few days later. So yeah, I'm really grateful I was able to like do a little research beforehand because I was able to like see a few scenes and stuff but before I sent my audition in.
Hmm.
But after I booked it I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it a couple, maybe like one or two times, and just to prepare myself mentally, because like at that point that was actually my first time ever doing anime.
Yeah.
Like the first time, like because Trio was announced first, but
Yeah.
Detective Conan was the one that was recorded first. So like
Hmm.
Detective Conan was my first anime, and like that's still crazy to me, and I'm really honored because like it was done by Bang Zoom, the same people that do JoJo's. So it's
Yeah.
like, man, someday, man, maybe we'll get into JoJo someday. I don't know, that's my dream,
Yeah.
but also like it's like anim being able to do anime when you're outside like the anime hubs like Los Angeles or Texas or even just
Hmm.
America in general, I didn't think it was like possible. Um Especially cuz like this was like 2024, so this is like well after like the pandemic too.
Yeah.
So when I was able to do it, I was like, "Damn, they really want me to do this?" I was like, I'm honored, man. This is such a great feeling. And it's
Hmm.
like I thought I would have to like start off doing like Walla or something and work my way up to like a named role, but no, my first anime thing was a named role, so it was like that's very unheard of most of the time, right? So it's like
Hmm.
it's crazy. It was really fun to get in there and record remotely. This was like I recorded this before I upgraded the studio to this, by the way. So this
Yeah.
was like in my closet, and it was very much very dark because like I didn't record with light in voiceover until like way later.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, it was really great. I had a really fun time, and when I got to announce it, I had to sit on that for like a year, dude.
Yeah.
Like I recorded in like February 2024, but I got to announce it in like August 2025. I had to sit on
Wow.
that for a year, man. And it debuted in like Anime NYC. I was like, what? That's crazy, dude. Um, I was visiting LA at the time, so I wish I was in NYC because I could have gone and seen it, the premiere. But when I announced it, like I had a lot of Detective Conan fans like comment and message me saying like they were really happy seeing like Indian representation in the anime world, and they said I did a great job, and it was really heartwarming. Like I've never had like messages like that because normally when I think of the anime community, they're usually very fired up.
Yep.
So they're like, oh, they can be nice sometimes. I love that. So but yeah, no, it was
Hmm.
really great, and it was a really great time, and I hope I get to do more anime in the future. So because it was
Yeah.
it was it was because really it was a lot of fun.
Hmm. Yeah. So, from an acting perspective, what was your favorite part about playing Ed?
I think my favorite part about playing Ed was that he was pretty similar to me in the sense that he's just a chill dude. Like he
Hmm.
does he's like he's a bit of a neutral chaotic guy. Like
Yeah.
whenever something crazy happens, is like, oh, this is entertaining. I love this. Like do tell.
Hmm.
Say more.
Yeah.
Drop the T. Like yeah, but yeah, he's great. He's a chill guy. He's a nice guy. We like our tea black, so like that's a little thing in common we share with each other. But yeah, no, he's just a nice guy. He's very easily excitable, which so am I. Like it doesn't take a lot to impress me. I'm impressed with everything. It's like
Yeah.
seriously, if someone burps, like I'm impressed with that because I can't do it. So it's like it's like I'm very easily impressed. Super lovely guy, but he knows when to get serious when he needs to. Because like I think when I won't spoil it, but like when the killer
Yeah.
or is like identified, he's causing chaos, trying to set things to explode and things like that. So he's like, all right, we'll get on this. We're gonna track him down. We're gonna make sure he doesn't kill anyone else, that kind of thing. So like he knows when to get serious when he needs to be, and yeah, I love how Ed is like a whole mixture of everything. Plus, I really enjoyed that Ed's like Japanese voice. Is also the voice of Law in like One Piece, and
Oh,
like that
hell
was
yeah.
and like Levi in Attack on Titan, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
dude, this is I don't what am I doing here, man? Like I don't deserve to breathe the same air as you, dog. Like let alone share a role. So like that was really special for me, and like he
Hmm.
he did a great job. Like with like because when I had to record the lines and things like that, I would hear like his voice first, and then
Yeah.
I would have to dub over it. And like I'm really glad like our voice prints for that role are very similar. So like
Hmm.
it was really easy to like follow through. Um, but like in my head, I remember like times when I was recording, it was like, damn, I kind of want to make his voice a little deeper, because he's just so cool. But the director was
Yeah.
like, no, it's okay. We liked what you did. You don't have to make it deeper. I'm like, okay. So yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. So, you also pop into Trio, which is India's first anime. How was that to be a part of that?
It was crazy, dude. Like a lot
Mhm.
of friends are in it. Like I'm sure you've probably met a couple of them already. Like
Mhm.
Josh, Donald,
Yeah.
Abby. Like those,
Mhm.
I love them so much. And so being in a party with my friends first and foremost, that's always great.
Yeah.
And then we have like people like Anna MacArthur and like Anjali Kunapandeni in the cast as well. And like,
Yep.
damn, that's crazy. But like being a part of like India's first anime was like something not on my bingo card, like in the
Yeah.
history of like ever in my existence. So like that
Mhm.
was very cool. And like my character Jagat Singh, he is like one of like the antagonists.
Mm-hmm.
and like he's very different to Ed. He's more
Yeah,
definitely
just a little
on the
bit.
deep, a little bit. You know, he doesn't have hair
Yeah.
on his head. He's got a gun, and he's more like deeply. He's got like he's more of my deeper register. So like it's always fun to do because I don't
Yeah.
normally get to utilize my deep voice all that much. So when I get to play with that, it's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, no, it's just an honor, man. Like I've seen them like go into like different conventions in India and stuff like that. People really love the manga. There's like a couple volumes out already. I've been
Yeah.
reading it myself because like the
Mm-hmm.
English translations are finally out, so I can finally read
Yeah.
it, and it's great. I really love it, and the team works really hard, and like they're great. I call like the creator Sadav like every so often, and we just talk about the series a little bit, and we just catch up a little bit as well. He's always
Mm-hmm.
busy man, seriously,
Yeah.
but he's making some really great stuff, and I have a lot of faith that it will do really well. Like it's doing pretty well in India. Whether that translates into like the Western side, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But people really like it, and it's really nice to be a part of Indian culture, like being able to like showcase that.
Mm-hmm.
It's really 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 cool. Like see like
Yeah.
the little things, like the little autos going by. Autos to for people who don't know, they're like the taxis in India. They're really cool. They're really funky looking. I love them. They're kind of similar to like tuk-tuks. They're basically the same thing.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
different way of like pronouncing it. But yeah, no, it's great. I really love it. It's a huge honor to be in it, but also play a pretty decently sized character as well, who I'm really excited to unravel more of in the future. Because from what I've been told, he gets a lot to do. So like I'm really excited to see how my journey with Jagat goes, and I'm just excited to see how Trio goes in general. Because like people really enjoyed it, and yeah, man, it's so cool. It's so cool. I love it.
Yeah, when it got announced, I was like, that is freaking cool. And like I love the art style. The art style is so sick. Like I'm a
Right?
sucker for a cool art style. So I was like, I'm in.
Hell
But
yeah.
yeah, so how was it getting to do an antagonist role?
Ooh, good question, man. I normally don't get to play like villains a lot, so
Mhm.
for me, it was like this is a huge honor. like first and foremost, because normally I get typecast a lot as like protagonists or side characters, something a little creature that might explode or something. You know, like that's like the most evil I would get is like a little snarky little rascal
Yeah.
that probably dies early on, and like otherwise it's like normally like the funny side character or like
Mhm.
a nice nerdy guy, which
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to. I'm also a nerdy guy, so like yeah, I appreciate it. So
Yeah.
being able to like fall into like a role that's like has a lot of layers to him and like why he does things the way he does, I love it. It's one of those things where it's like I you can really dive deep into it, and for characters like that, and most of the characters I create like playlists and things like that,
Okay, yeah.
character playlists, or have like a
Mhm.
character song attributed to a character I voice. So for Jagat, it's like he's like one of those characters where it's like, okay, one song's not enough. I gotta attribute to like a whole playlist, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
and then it gets me warmed up every time I just before I go record his lines. So I know what I'm working with, and like it's kind of nice to see like how his story changes from one side to how his story will change at the end of it. It's like it's really cool. It's like it's like when you make a playlist when you're like really really young and you don't make new playlists. This is I speak from example of experience because like my first playlist was made in like 2017, and like I don't make other playlists a lot. So it's like it's like a whole big playlist of like everything. It's like 300 hours long,
Yeah.
you know. And but like only recently I've been making more playlists for like that's like character related and things like that. And it's always really fun. And yeah, no, for playing a villain role is always fun. Like I see why people really enjoy it a lot. Like I get it. It's a lot of fun. Like my character does crash out a lot too, and like I love me a crash out, man. Like
Yep.
it's great, you know. So maybe not as much nowadays, but when I was
Yeah.
younger, definitely. But
Mhm.
but for Jagat, he's a layered guy, like I said, and like
Mhm.
there's a lot, there's really a lot I can do with him, and it's really great to see, and like I love that people like him as well, especially my Desi brethren up in India. So next time I visit, I gotta check out. I gotta go to Kolkata and see how things are, and like even other places in India as well. Just see how things are in person, because like the Indian cast for Trio is crazy, dude. Like they've got like some Bollywood hard hitters over there for like the Indian dub cast. It was I'm like, dang, dude. Because if I'm not mistaken, like the Indian voice of my character Jagat, he's the Indian
Mhm.
voice of Goku, and I'm like, what the hell? Well, that's crazy, dude.
God damn.
It's crazy. And then you got like another guy who's like the Indian dub voice of Deadpool in like the Deadpool movies, and it's
Wow.
crazy. Like I forget how. I mean, obviously India is like full of billions of people, but I really forget of how big India is sometimes. But
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, it has like a billion people, and like, and probably way more, like out there in the world, and and it just gets me really happy. Honestly, it gets me really happy in the sense that Indian representation in media is finally getting to a place where it's becoming like more respected, more
Mhm.
normalized. I would say I would like to attribute that to Bavitra Babarka and Across the Spider Verse. He
Yeah.
definitely, when I first saw him, it was like, yes, let's go.
Yeah.
I was so happy, man. I've been a huge advocate of Spider-Man India for so long, so seeing him was like the uptick I needed, like the boost I needed to like really have more confidence in myself, and that I
Mhm.
can do this, and that more people like me can do this. And you know, and obviously it's worked out quite a lot, and it's really inspiring to have like people who look like me like write messages saying that they're getting into voiceover, or they want to get into voiceover, or they really appreciate the thing I'm in because I'm of the ethnicity and culture that I come from, and it's really wholesome. It's like it's something I never really particularly grew up with, because like um early 2000s, totally different era.
Yeah.
Some will say this is
Yeah.
like the same era where white chicks can never be made in today. That movie.
Yep.
It's like that totally different time.
Yeah.
Um and I think nowadays, I think we're on a good uptick and giving it the respect it needs and deserves, because like Bollywood is always going to be respected in India.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that's always going to be respected. Like that's not
Mhm.
dying anytime soon. Right?
No.
And I hope it doesn't.
No.
But yeah, and like even with like animated media in India, I think we're starting to see a bit more of that, and
Yeah.
I'm honored to be a part of that, and
Mhm.
I hope it continues staying strong, because I would love more Desi representation. Even though we
Mhm.
have a decent amount now, I want more. you know.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love that. So you also you also host a podcast type show called OverVoice.
Yes.
So how did that come to be? How did you get that idea? How did that start?
Man, wow, that was a while ago than I started. I started Overvoice up when I was in university at the time.
Okay.
I think I was in my second year of university,
Mhm.
and um, I was a very shy person. Leading even going into university, and before that, I was a very shy person growing up. So, and like I love the voiceover community, and like the one thing that was holding me back was like I never spoke to anybody from the
Yeah.
voiceover community. I was
Mhm.
very much a hermit. I would kind of keep to myself a lot. So I was like, you know what? I want to talk to people. I want to see if people want to do this with me, and just see how it goes. And yeah, I started up just talking to like people who were like mutuals and things like that, and we got to know each other more. And from there, it's been getting bigger and better, and more people have really liked it, like just coming on and chatting with me. And it's yeah, and like, I'm not, obviously I can't be friends with everybody who comes on. There's like two people who I'm not particularly close with or anything like that, but otherwise, everyone else who I've had on, which is like 80 plus episodes, we're like pretty tight. We're like
Yeah.
close friends, and I really appreciate that.
Hmm.
So it's like, so it's like, not everyone will want to be a friend, but like I'm glad that the majority of people who have come on have like decided to continue being my friend, and it's really really wholesome. I really love that, and like I don't know, like it's not like my interview show is like the biggest voiceover interview show in the world because I don't know if I want it to be. It's just a place,
Yeah.
for a safe space where people can come on, share their story, have fun with me. Because like it just devolves into like stupidness with me. Like it just goes batshit insane. I'm gonna be real. It's just like we just start off pretty normal, and then it just gets into like crazy territory. We're just like hyper fixated on like so much crazy shit, and it's a lot of fun. It's just a nice. I like to have that nice space where people can just come on and talk about themselves, either about their voice acting journey or even outside of voiceover, which I'm. Which I like because like it's a great way to like show that voice actors are people outside of their characters and their work and things like that. And yeah, with OverVoice, I'm currently in the process of filming season 5 right now, and it's looking to be the last season. At least the last of these interviews in like a seasonal format.
Yeah.
Because like I each year I've just been getting busier and busier, and like I'm not opposed to that. But it's like, uh, it's like my time is coming up, and I don't know if I have enough time to like do seasons each and every year.
Yeah.
But I'm not opposed to doing like one-off episodes in the future or reunion specials even. Like
Hmm.
I love talking to people, and I if I could interview people as like another thing to pursue, I would love that because like I
Hmm.
definitely have learned a lot from like talking to other people. Like I've become more extroverted because of that, and so it helps me talk to people like yourself and
Hmm.
and other people out there. It makes me less shy, and like it's a huge thing to like get over for sure because like I'm sure introverts who become extroverts later on can attest to this. It's really hard to like make that first step and then consistently do it where you don't feel shy anymore. Because like as someone who was like really introverted for like well, like close to 20 years of my life,
Hmm.
it's really hard to like, just shift that all of a sudden. But I promise you, if you just, just get yourself out there and just start talking to people, you know, you will find yourself to be more uh you'll have more courage in yourself and more self-esteem because like I know how hard it is. Like it's really hard to like make the first move sometimes. I get it. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta fuck it, we ball, and then things just happen. And yeah, so I really encourage people who are like introverted or even extroverted and they don't want to, and or even extroverted to some extent, just make the first move, just say hi,
Hmm.
drop a line, maybe not, maybe something normal, nothing like crazy, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
but like, it's well, I mean, it's rich coming from me because like sometimes I'll be like, "Hey, blah blah blah," obscure reference from like years ago, or like some random shit,
Hmm.
Like it depends, but like just be a good person, don't be a creep, and then you'll be
Yep.
fine. Like
Hmm.
it's simple as that.
Yep. Yep. It's not when I do talks about interviewing and stuff at like podcast, events and stuff. One of my slides is literally don't be a dick. Like it's
Seriously, yeah.
literally just like be respectful. Yeah, I'm like it's not hard. Just be a nice person. Uh
Yeah, exactly, man.
yeah.
And of course, you don't have to be a nice person 24/7. There's always going to be
Well, yeah.
moments where you might feel angry or
Yeah, of course.
resentful. You might crash out. Like I totally get it, but an 80% is still an A in my country. So at least, so I would just say try to be a good person most of the time. Feel what you got to feel when you can, and move on to the next thing and just keep going. Like that's my piece of advice because like I used to be an angry child, you dude. I was a very
Yeah.
angry person. um Not anymore, but like it's just something you gotta like really put into perspective. You just gotta have like a support group, have someone or friends or a therapist even to keep you accountable, and and that way you can enjoy life and change and do the things you want to do, and it's great, and like being angry and sad or whatever, like those are normal emotions people feel all the time. You don't have to be a perfect happy person all the time, because like
Yeah.
toxic positivity is just as bad. So
Yeah.
it's good to feel everything. It's how you go about it. So yeah, don't feel like an alien for like feeling sad when other people are happy. People go through the waves, peaks and valleys all the time. So
Totally.
yeah, so just it's really how you go about it. So just but it's like you said before, as long as you're respectful and you're kind and you're honest when you feel the emotions you feel, I think you will be okay. I think you'll be okay. Just don't blow up and crash out and bottle things up, because when you bottle things up, it just makes everything worse, especially when it all comes out. So, just make sure you have a support group, you're not alone, and even if you are alone, it's not cool. It's not a what's the word? It's not shameful to like
Yeah.
ask for help. When you
Mm-hmm.
can. Like that was something like for me, for example, like I felt really not ashamed per se, but like I felt like embarrassed to like ask for help most of the time when I was younger, because I really wanted to do things by myself. But and later on in life, and I think doing like the interview show and things like that, it really kind of propelled me forward in the sense that it's always okay to ask for help, and it's always okay to just ask and be a human. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's really simple as that. It took me a while to figure it out, but like hey, but like I'm 23. I don't think I'm old or anything yet. I don't know.
Oh,
But
you're so young. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
so like it's not too early, it's not too late for anybody. So
Yeah.
yeah, you just gotta keep on going. But
Mm-hmm.
like you said, be respectful, be a kind person, don't be a
Yeah.
dick,
Yeah.
and you'll be a-okay, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah. Oh my God. So from the past 5 years, 5 seasons of over voice, what have been kind of some standout moments or fun moments that you remember and go, oh, I love that.
Man, I really like an OverVoice. Well, two things specifically. Because like this can apply to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I love it when like we just start getting like their hyperfixations and we start talking more. And like sometimes I think that the majority of the time it's like things that we recognize. And it's like something I know from like my childhood, and it's like, what? I didn't know you were a fan of this. Like, I thought I was the only one.
Yeah.
That's always really fun, and like, and the second thing I really enjoy is their like honesty and transparency with like how they are, because like with actors, it's they're very emotional human beings, and I can
Yeah.
understand that. I can understand it from my perspective as well.
Uh-huh.
And because of that, they're very open and honest about how they are and how they present themselves, which I always appreciate. They're always willing to, most of the time, they're always willing to be vulnerable and share that with me, and I feel very honored and to be able to share that safe space and host that safe haven for them, that they feel comfortable sharing that. And one of the things I always ask everybody is, what keeps them going, through like the peaks and valleys, because like it sounds like a basic interview question, but for me, it's like it's always nice hearing people's different perspectives, and like
Yeah.
everyone's answer has been different, and it's nice to hear, because like everyone comes from like a different point in life. Everyone goes through struggles, so like hearing what keeps them going inspires me a lot to when I'm feeling down or something. It inspires me to keep on going, and see if there's like struggles or challenges ahead. I can just remember this person has gone through this. They went through it. I can do it too, probably. It's very much a thing of like, if they can do it, I can do it too. If they can survive, I can survive. It's like we're in this together. So it's like that kind of thing. I I I'm very influenceable, if that makes sense, in the sense of
Mm-hmm.
like I'm not influenceable, but like other people are more I'm very impressionable.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, that's the right word.
Mm-hmm.
Like other
Mm-hmm.
people inspire me very easily. So like when I see or hear something that people do that I really like, I really like to try and add that to my life, because like anything that makes my life better, but also comfortable and easier and happier, like I'm not gonna say no to that. Like that sounds
Yeah,
really cool.
of
Like there was
course.
one guy interviewed, and they were saying, something they like to do in their pastime is just get on a bus and just travel. And like that's so cool. I want to do that.
Okay.
That's and
Yeah.
I did it like one or two times and it was really fun. So I'm like, yeah, that's really cool. I like that. Like everyone has like stories and it's like it's always nice to hear about it. It's also nice to hear, like even like with some of the guests who are like more, I guess, more established, that they feel the same things that I feel and what other people feel. Everyone goes through the same things, which is kind of interesting. Like everyone's journey is different, but like they go through the same things, and like that's really cool. It's like that's like the one linear thing in voiceover. So like it's kind of wholesome to me in the sense that
Hmm.
like emotions will well up and things will happen, but people still keep going, and like that's beautiful that they persist and they keep on going. And yeah, like with the whole rise of AI and things like that, I can understand why people feel the way they do. Like I'm personally pretty scared of it as well, but people are still going and I'm still going. So at this point it's more like, I'm just enjoying the ride while we still can. And hopefully it doesn't take away my jobs in my lifetime or the next or the next or the next. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I love how it's like it's not to sound corny or anything like that, but it's really just like this like I don't want to say it's just optimism, honestly. It's just optimism that's not linear. And like and that's like and that's just enough for people to keep going. And it's like that inspires me a lot because as someone who likes to overthink a lot and like likes to find answers when I'm like in that, trance, and things like that, it's like okay, I can if there's optimism out there, and there's like things that I can look forward to and things I can think about or distract myself, like that's cool to me, and it's
Hmm.
just yeah, and that's what I find really cool. It's just it's a way to like keep going, and it's like, it doesn't have to like make sense, but like as long as you are happy, that's as simple as that. That's all you need.
Yeah. Oh my god. So what keeps you going?
Damn, I was not expecting that. Damn it. Honestly, it's a mixture of like a couple of things. I guess I'll narrow it down to two. The first is like I have a really odd stubbornness to me in the sense of like if I really want something, I will never ever give up on it.
Oh.
And like I will keep trying to get my name out there in the room and things like that. I will try, if people tell me no, I'm like, I want to prove you wrong, So it's like, I don't know. It's like it can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing, but I pay a lot of attribute to that because like when I was younger, I would give up super easily on things. If it's like, oh man, I suck at this, I don't want to do it anymore. I would be like, yeah,
Right.
that
Yeah.
was it. But for
Hmm.
this, it's like one of the few things where it's like, man, I am good at I do feel I'm good at this, but if I'm not good at it, I wanna get better at it. I wanna improve where I can and always keep learning and having that beginner mindset, because like I've been doing this like I started like 8 years ago, but professionally I've been doing this for 5 years.
Yeah.
And it's and in the voiceover spirit, people always tell you that, it's very easy to compare yourself to other people, and comparison is the thief of joy, and it is true, especially because like I can't compare myself to anybody because like no one has gone through the same things I have because like
Yeah.
there's not a lot of us in Z, and I can't compare like my journey to someone who is like in LA
Yeah.
24/7 all the time. It's like it's totally different. And I have to be reasonable to some extent. I can't be delusional. But at the same time, as like my delusion also kind of pushes me forward. So like there's like a nice balance where it's like it's not going over the top, but it's reasonable as well. But it's not like lowering my self esteem. So the first thing is, yeah, definitely like my iron will to keep on going, like to not give up. And the second thing I like to attribute what keeps me going is like definitely like my support group. Like I have a nice like a group of friends and people all around the world, from like people in America to the UK and Switzerland, the Netherlands, Japan, even like all over the globe. And it's like, but there's like, of course I have like close friends who are willing to talk to me and listen to me anytime where I'm going through um those like rough times, and like
Hmm.
having that support group and holding me accountable if I'm like thinking, if they're like, if I'm being stupid, they'll be like, you're being stupid, just
Yeah.
stop. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
I really like that. And it's like it's good because like I don't like having like a bunch of yes men or women around me. It like I said, if they keep enabling you, it's not great. It just kind of forces you to like keep going back and ruminating. So if you can talk to people and they'll and inspire change, like, or even ask you to, I don't know, change, or even just do something that's like unrelated, like that's something I really appreciate.
Hmm.
And like that's definitely something that keeps me going for sure. Like everyone is like super kind, everyone has gone through like these moments, so it's like I know I'm not alone, so like that makes me really happy. And I guess the third thing as well is like I truly believe that oh, sorry. Oh my god. I truly believe that hard work will beat out talent, like just raw talent, like anytime. And like for me, it's like I was never considered someone as talented. you know, I would never be considered that at all. So I would like just put the work in terms of like and everything I do. And like and I think because of that I've gotten really far and of where I've been able to do. Like as someone who's at the bottom of the planet, like I didn't think I would do the things that I would be doing right now. And like the fact that I have is like it's really cool. And like sometimes I forget about that a lot of the time, where it's like
Yeah.
if I'm in like in those like funks, I forget about it. But when you
Yeah.
like reflect and you look back, and it's like, damn, maybe I am kind of cool, in a
Hmm.
weird way. Maybe I
Yeah.
am kind of good at what I do. So like,
Hmm.
but like it's one of those things where it's like I forget about it, but like I don't want to be like an egotistical dick about it.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. There's a
it's just to
line,
the just
right?
yeah, just to the
Yeah.
point where it's like I can get my self esteem back, and get locked, and I can lock in for the next day.
Yeah.
So it's like that, and I do attribute like hard work all the time. And I try to, and a lot of people have helped me out because of that. Like they see me working hard and they want to help me out, and I try to do the same for other people in the
Hmm.
sense that if they're working hard and they want to do things and things like that, I will always help other people. And it's really kind of wholesome to, after all these years, to be in that position where I can help people out and things like that. And just supply them with so much information. It's like it's kind of a weird like full circle. And like, I attribute that to all the people who helped me and things like that. And like the people who helped me I still talk to this day, of course. But yeah, I think dropping the ladder down, I think that's something I really do appreciate in like any community, because like I know how gatekeepy the community can be sometimes. I get it. I understand why, but it's not right. you know.
Hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, I think building community anywhere and everywhere is great. People are people. People are humans. People have value. And even if someone books like a big role, they're still a human being. Like they have value before that and they have value after that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like the value doesn't go away. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's something I really enjoy. And like yeah, those are the things that keep me going, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. And like to your last point, whether they have a big role or not, it's always funny to me when I'll have a voice actor on and they're like, "Me? Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yes." Like I haven't booked anything big, and I was like, "I just want to talk anime."
Real, honestly.
Yeah. 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 And
I've had like some people when I interviewed them, and it was like, "Thank you so much for taking time to talk to me." Of what people like, "How come?" Like, "What? Of course, you're
yeah.
you're a good person. You're a nice person. Like, why would I not talk to you? You know?"
Yeah.
It's like, and I get it, because like as someone who like suffered from like low self esteem, it's
Mm-hmm.
hard, and like imposter syndrome, I get it. But
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
but it is nice to like reassure them. So I'm really glad you do reassure them that they have value as a person, and
Yeah.
that you're willing to talk to them. That's really important. So like I appreciate you for doing that.
Yeah, yeah. And I always treat everyone like I grew up um treat people the way you want to be treated. So I
Mhm.
treat everyone the same. It doesn't matter how you could be Matt Mercer, I'd still treat you the same as someone who's just doing Walla, right? I'm not
Exactly.
like um but yeah. And then the whole like reminding yourself is so important cuz there's days that I'm like and then I have to be like this is your job. This is insane. You have to, kind of restart, your brain a little bit and be like, okay, this I'm doing something right here, right? You have
Yeah,
to
exactly.
yeah, you have to reflect on your successes, right?
Yeah,
Um
exactly.
yeah. But so what has been kind of the hardest lesson you've learned since becoming a voice actor?
Ooh, wow. Wow. Oh my god, that is a really good question. Oh my god. The hardest lesson, huh? I would say the hardest lesson for me is and I say this out of recency, but like not everyone can be trusted.
Mhm.
That's definitely like the biggest one because like at a point I was trusting everybody and things like that, and as not as you should, like, but I just wouldn't like I didn't adopt any bit of shrewdness in my life
Yeah.
whatsoever, and like there's pros and cons to it, of course, but like, but when I felt like, taken advantage of, that was like I've never felt that way before. So I've never had people treat me like that before. So it was like, damn, that really sucks. That really hurts. So
Yeah.
yeah, but like nowadays it's like, I still trust people. Like I'll never like, attribute, bad experiences to the way I treat people in the future.
Oh
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll still treat people like as good as I can to them.
Yeah.
But of course, I have adopted a little bit of shrewdness, just a little bit,
Mhm.
because I think it's important to have a little bit of shrewdness in your life. I can't, put faith in everything willy nilly, and
Yep.
I think that was a lesson I learned. Well, not the hard way. Like I don't think it was that bad, but like I've never had like I've never been taken advantage of like that before. So it's
Mhm.
like it was just it was a crazy lesson to learn, and I'm glad it didn't. I'm glad it was something small on a small scale, because if it was on a bigger scale, like that would be crazy. But yeah, like obviously not everyone can be trusted, of course, but you shouldn't attribute that to every single person. You know what I mean? Like, like like I'm like even someone like I don't know doesn't mean like I'm gonna refuse to talk to them because I don't know them. It's like I
Yeah.
will talk to you anyway, man. It's like
Yeah.
it's just it really depends. But I think but I think I've gotten really good at like detecting those things from like the vibes. So like
Yes.
so I can kind of tell when I get bad vibes and things like that. So like it's that's when I can tell. But even when I can't, it, like doesn't matter. Like I'll still treat them as a person, as a good person as much as I can. You know, and if I feel uncomfortable, I'll just step back, like like really putting those boundaries there, because like I think that was like the biggest. So yeah, I would, honestly, I would reframe it. I would say finding what my boundaries were and then placing them, because like I didn't know what my boundaries were for the longest time, but after finding them, um through trial and error, I would say like that was probably like the biggest hurdle and challenge, because like obviously to find your boundaries you gotta face them in a way, so like there's pros and cons to it for sure, but I'm glad I know what my boundaries are, and like that's something I'll always appreciate, and like it's a way of like I because like I think my tolerance and patience is very good. People, I think it goes really far,
Mhm.
but if it's like, but nowadays it's like if someone says something that's not good, or they may say something horrible about my friend, I was like, okay, stop right there, just stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I think it definitely has toughened me up a little bit, which I appreciate. But like I said before, I'm not ever gonna let like bad experiences, to ever like determine how I treat people in the future. Like I will still treat them with like kindness, respect,
Mhm.
and yeah, just see how things go from there, because like it's a journey, it's a whole journey, and I've definitely had peaks and valleys myself, like I'm not a perfect person by
Of
any
course.
means,
Yeah, no one is.
exactly, right.
Yeah.
So as long as this might be really corny, but like I was watching Kung Fu Panda 2 not too long ago,
Yeah.
and it's I might be butchering the quote here, but like it's not it's like your past doesn't define you. It's like it's what you choose to be now that does. And it's like your past doesn't always have to have like the happiest beginnings, but you yourself can choose how you want to continue or end, So yeah, it's really a thing of like, don't let the bad stuff affect you, just if it happens, it happens. And when it does, keep striving to be good and
Yeah.
everything will be okay.
Oh my god. Oh, I love that. So, yeah. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, man.
Of course, of course. Where can the lovely people find you online?
Yeah, so I'm not on a lot of social media these days, but if you want to find me, you can find me on Twitter at Vicky the VA, so that's VIKKI the VA. And if you want to find me on Instagram, it's me, Vicky VA, so it's me, VIKKI VA. And you can find me on Blue Sky as well. And if you want to keep in touch, like VO wise, you can find me on my website, vikramrajanvo.com. That's just my full name, vo.com. And yeah, thank you so much for having me, man. This was
Yeah,
super lovely to chat to you.
of
I've
course.
had a lot of friends come on here and have good experiences, and
Yeah.
I'm glad to say that I've had the same as well. So thank you, man.
Oh, well,
Seriously.
well, thank you. That means a lot. Yeah, all of his links will be down below. You can follow me at Corky Cosplays on Instagram, Adam Corky everywhere else. Subscribe to the Patreon. You get exclusive videos, behind the scenes content, and episodes a day early. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.